Okay, I'd like to call the meeting of the Public Works Committee on this September 26th at 5 o'clock p.m. May I have a motion to approve the previous minutes?
Motion.
Second. All in favor? Opposed? Thank you. We have a quick agenda. Number 1, current business authorizing agreement with Paladine Inc. to supply the water purification district with liquid polymer.
Sir, the district is requesting to enter into a 2-year contract with Paladine Inc. for a mag polymer used to dewater biosolids for incineration. Paladine Inc. was the sole bidder and has provided this material for the majority of the past 33 years. The estimated value of this contract is approximately $400,000.
Any questions for the committee? Attorney, may I have a motion? Second. Second?
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? Thank you. Number 2, authorizing agreement with Otis Elevator Company, Inc. for elevator preventive maintenance for various county buildings. Sure.
General Services put the contract out for bid for the contract elevator services. This is a bid for $299 with a contract not to exceed of $399, and it's 39% covered by state because this includes OCA chargebacks and 61% of the county. So for a 50-month contract, what we did is we put these contracts in so they would all come due on the same date in December of 2021, when they were all spread out all over the place.
Any questions from the committee? Attorney, may I have a motion? Second. All in favor? Opposed? Thank you. Thank you very much. Last but not least, authorizing an agreement with E.W. Tompkins Company, Inc. for the mechanical construction of the boiler replacement project at the Judicial Center.
Yes, we had some leaks over the Justice Center, and we had to get a RFP in there because the boilers over there were leaking profusely at the bottom. These are approximately 10 years old, and we're looking to replace them with more high-efficiency boilers, and the contract is for $588,750. There was a bond that was left from the judicial purchase, which we're going to use that money that was in that bond.
Let me ask you a question. What was the life expectancy of those boilers?
The life expectancy of the boilers was probably around 15 to 20 years. The problem we had, if this committee remembers, is the leak that we had in the street over there that we fixed this year, where we weren't able to perform water treatment in the closed loop system over there. And we warned about a catastrophic failure that we thought may have been coming then. When we opened the boilers up, the coils have all let go inside. That's where the leaking is coming from. It looks like house caverns in there with the stalactites just hanging all over them. We opened 2 of the boilers up, and they were both the same. We checked into retubing them. Retubing them is going to probably cost you close to $450,000 to retube the boilers, and you're just not going to get the efficiency out of putting the new boilers in. But I don't think we would have any recourse to go back on the boilers themselves. They're probably out of warranty to begin with, and they would probably just come back to us because there was no water treatment in the boilers at that point.
Okay, any questions?
Wait, I guess I want to, I'm just curious, are we taking any steps when we replace the boilers to put different conditions on warranty or preventative measures?
Well, the preventative measures now are we are able to do water treatment, and we have it all hooked up for water treatment in the closed loop now. There was a large leak in the street, which we couldn't do that. We were losing 2,400 gallons of water a day over the past, we don't know, as long as I've been here. This is why we really pushed to get that repaired over there at the cost of, $700,000 to repair that leak. So with the water treatment that we have now, we shouldn't have this problem. We're using different types of boilers that we close to what we used at the the Times Union Center replacement over there, so it's a different type of boiler system.
So our costs, we were having an issue with replacing the pipe before, $700,000.
Correct.
So it turns out it's not just $700,000. On top of that, we've got boilers that half their useful life, they're shot.
Correct, correct.
So it's a much bigger cost than we thought. Is there anything else that, you know, it's like a cascading effect here?
No, they shouldn't cascade any further than that, you know, because it is a closed loop system and also feeds the courthouse, and that's the problem we were having there. You were picking up a lot of sand, a lot of different minerals that you were picking up in the water as it was pushing through, and without the water treatment, you couldn't get rid of those minerals, and it just, you know, until we opened the sides of them up when we noticed the leaks, you just didn't really realize how bad it was.
Dave, I'm not looking to assign blame or anything, but I guess what I'm saying is, how do we make sure this doesn't happen again?
We will get a boiler maintenance contract, which we did not have on, we've never really had boiler maintenance contracts before. Most of them were just like, you know, blowing them off, you know, blowing the boilers off and stuff like that. Now what we'll do is, with these boilers, we'll be able to do quick internal inspections on them with a maintenance contractor.
So now we have new pipes, and we're gonna have a new boiler. Could you, I mean, I would just be curious, I'm surprised that a boiler only has a useful life of 20 years. Those are generally things that, you know, people have in the building 30, 40, 50 years old.
Yeah, these boilers are used 24/7, 365.
Okay.
Okay, it's not like a boiler that you use, that you're shutting down in the summertime, because it's also providing a certain amount of hot water for the building. So those boilers are operating 365 days a year, so which is going to cut down your time. You know, like I said, I mean, I think the majority of it, the failure of it, was not the water, was the water treatment that we couldn't do over the past 5 to 6 to 7 years. That was not done over there because of leaks in the system.
So who's spec'd this new boiler?
These new boilers were spec'd out by Odyssey Energy, our energy consultant, along with Mike Martin. They went over there. We looked at the boilers that we did at the TU Center. It was a compatible thing. It also, you know, it's a smaller footprint with these 3 new boilers that we're putting in there. It also gives us the ability to actually shut these boilers down in the summertime, so we don't have to use, they're not running 24/7, so your energy efficiency will be much, much higher on these boilers.
And there's going to be a maintenance program on this?
Yes, we'll definitely get a maintenance program.
Is that something that we have to authorize in some later contract, or is that something
Yeah,
that you
usually
guys
they
just
come,
do?
usually a cab contractor, usually not that much. Like we did one for this building here, we have a maintenance contract here, and they come in twice a year. They come in the summer, and then they come in the winter time before summer. They check them, they go through them, and I think, don't hold me to this, Paul, I think it was right around $6,000 for the year.
Well, would you just, since most of us don't go to cab, would you let the chairman know when you do the boiler maintenance contract?
Yes.
So
Well,
he could share that information
Yeah, we're
with the
probably
rest of
gonna
us?
write something, you know, put something into the contract where, you know, probably the first year, the company that comes in will have to do it, and then after the first year, then we'll have to go out for a boiler contract. But we might even get a 3-year, depending on which company, you know, EW Thomas is pretty good, so.
Quick question, I know everyone's talking about the maintenance contracts, but do we have our boilers inspected on a center every 2 years, every 3 years by outfits such as, like, say, Hartford Steam Boiler?
There is an insurance mandate. I'm not sure how many years it is. It's usually every couple of years. It has to be done for insurance purposes. But I don't think they don't really get to the nuts and bolts of pulling the whole thing apart. You know what I mean? They're not going to go in, they're not going to pull out the firewalls, they're not going to do this more of a visual type inspection, making sure everything is working properly on them, and they're not going to go with, you know, explode or that kind of failure. Like I said, we didn't know how bad these were until we took a plate probably the size of this alcove off the sides of them.
If P&J was the lowest bidder,
E.W. Hopkins? E.W. Tompkins?
no, P&J is lower than them, it says.
Peter Hopkins, Tompkins, what is this?
P&J is 565. Yeah, there. I thought it was because of the money. All right, never mind.
Okay, any other questions?
Move it.
Okay, may I have a motion, second? Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
I know.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
May I have a motion for adjournment?
Ralph?